All right, you ignorant pigs, put down your crack pipes and your beer bongs and lock in, as the Gen Zers say. You gotta lock in because I'm doing a bench update. I noticed I wasn't around on Sunday to do my usual live stream. How did I notice? I was there. I should start a podcast called the I Was There podcast. How did I know? Well, I was there. That is in the works, maybe. So I went down to beautiful sunny St. George and decided to spend the weekend down there because I didn't have to work Friday. I was on call until 10 a.m. And then when I didn't get a call to go out, I just decided to throw my belongings into the car, go down to the Southern Command Center, and hang out there for a day and a half. Well, not bad to take a quick road trip. I got a fortune in Japan that said I should travel more and have more breakups in my regularly scheduled routine. And I'm going to take that fortune very seriously because it said it would be better for my health to have those breakups in my routine. Because I could sit around here all day, paint miniatures, talk about movies, and work out, go to work every day, and it seems like just a daily grind. One good thing to come out of the Japan trip was that I had gotten out of that daily grind. So I'm going to change the formatting of the channel up a little bit. I've got some bench updates that I'm going to do on the regular. Every time I finish a project, I'll show you what's up and coming on the same video and everything. And so I figured we can just get into it now. And one of the things that I liked was this project. I really like this project right here. Let's get myself a little bit smaller. We'll get rid of Aka-chan and the Space Pope. And I just finished up 3 Predators for my Iron Warriors. I've had these models for at least 5 months, maybe 6. And I finally got around to painting all 3 of these Predators and putting in a squadron of Predators. Now, a real World Eaters player would have 18 Predators. That's what my friend tells me. But every game I've used these in, and I still play 2nd edition 30K, every game I use these in, they've performed okay. And I like okay. I give their performance a 3 out of 5. That's what I want. I want a minimum of 3, and I'm very hopeful to get a 4 out of 5 performance out of any time I put these in. At 360 points, I had to ditch the pintle weapons, and I had to ditch the dozer blades. At 360 points, they do earn their points when you're firing at infantry or you're firing at tanks as Iron Warriors, because strength 8 from these 4 shots apiece does end the lives of unsuspecting Terminators that might fail their saves, and it does end the lives of Marines who might fail their 3+ saves because it doubles them out. Then you put the las cannons on them, and they make for some pretty good anti-tank as well, especially with the Rack and Ruin special rule. But for this unit to come in at 360 points, I think it's kind of a good deal. I'm not really interested in the 3rd edition of 30K. I think everything Games Workshop has done recently has just been a complete and total fucking wash. I was talking to one of my best friends, and I've been talking to fans of the channel and everything, and I've been hard pressed, not them. I've been hard pressed. My buddy's been hard pressed to think of one thing that Games Workshop is going to release next year that I'm actually excited for, and I can't think of anything. I think 11th edition will suck hard. It will suck more bolt than RC on the weekend, and I think it'll just be a continuation of 10th, and 10th sucked. 10th sucked worse than 6th edition, and 6th edition only lasted for like a year and a half, so then they had to overwrite that to 6.5, and they went right to 7th edition. I think that was the shortest lived edition right there, was 6. But yeah, every game I've had these guys in so far, and I think I've played 3 games with them, they've done all right for me. And so, this is just your humble Iron Warriors Predator. Nothing special about these things. Like I said, I'm taking them at the bare bones. I would prefer them with the dozer blades and the pintle mounted weapon because I don't want to lose a weapon on the damage result table too quickly. But sometimes you can just spare a las cannon. As long as you got 3 of these things shooting their las cannons at any given point, I think you're doing okay. And yeah, they're just, each one's the same. I didn't do any hazard wobbles. I kind of went for a faster job. Plus, this is like the only field right here where I would have put the hazard wobbles. I've seen some creative things online with people doing the predators up and everything, but I decided to keep it simple, cookie cutter, because I might do 3 more. But 3 of these for a 2,000 point game, and I do like 2,000 point games immensely. They kind of lock in, because let me just pull up my calculator real quick. Never mind. Well, let's see here. I can just do this I can do it the analog way, because when I think about lists and everything, okay, it's like, what do I look at the categories. I have heroes, I have elites, I have troops, I have, what do you call it? Fast attack and heavy support. So, usually, about 170 for the Hammer of Olympia guy. That's what I put into heroes. And then I'm going, and I'm always bringing 2. I'm always going out of my way to bring 1 to 2 dreadnoughts, and that's 180 a piece right there. And then it comes down to like troops. Well, let's see here. So, I'm always bringing a minimum of 3 squads of Marines with the shrapnel bolters. That's 360. And then okay, I add another 360 right here. I know it's pathetic. I can't add. And I'm already at 720 plus 170. 9. That's 890 before I add the 2 before I add my 2 elite choices, which are in those dreadnoughts. I always bring 2 contemptor. 2 contemptor and 2,000 points I think is pretty standard. This old way of thinking and everything like that. Like I said, I play 2nd edition, but this is just what I've done. They're also very versatile. If you can get these things into position where you can establish a different firing lane, I think that they're pretty key in a 2,000 point game. Like I said, just before you add your dreadnoughts, you're at 890, and then you have the rest of your army to kind of plug in and play with. Maybe you want a tactical support squad. Maybe you want to bring 3 Iron Circle Domitar Maniple guys. I like those things. That Super Hammer Brother vibe to them, but I'll have another video focused on them because I did complete 2 of them, but I just figured I'd talk about the Predators real quick and everything. Yes, I painted unlike most hobbyists, I painted a model once. And then next up, because before the edition ended, I had envisioned a list that had layers of firepower that would hit you in waves. So I've got you at a very long range, I've got you at a very good medium range, and at short range, I've got shrapnel bolters for your infantry and everything like that. So it's just a huge array of firepower is what I envisioned. And I actually like the Predators more so than the Sicarans. As a matter of fact, my Sicarans might go up for sale because the Sicarans just, I don't know. I don't think they hit as hard, but these things with the last, I think the Sicarans, even though they're somewhat fast, they just and they're slightly tougher. I just think they're overcosted for what they do when you can bring 3 Predators. Next up is 2 of these Vindicator tanks with the super laser destroyer on it. I think these really kick ass too. Of course, you're going to have the dozer blades. You got the pintle mounted and the other pintle mounted. Again, you don't want to lose your primary gun to the weapon destroyed result, so you always want to give yourself some leeway there. 2 of these runs about 285 points. And this is going to be the next paint project when I'm up on stream is one of these. I got to build the second one, and my Death Guard is also getting 2 of these. Again, you want to have that. You want to have that firepower that hits in waves. You want to be this is what I'm going to use at extreme range. If I lose one of these tanks, it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't that big of a deal. If I lose one, I'll still have another one, and then I'll have the Predators, and if I was a little bit better prepared, I would have brought the list out, but my cell phone's over there, so I'm not going to do that. But this will be the next project up in the queue, and then when I finish these 2 vehicles for my Iron Warriors, I'll talk about them. But that's about it. That's about everything that I wanted to say. We'll come up for a summation. So right now we're locking in on the end of the year and the Christmas season, and I just wanted to let everybody know that if you're following me on Patreon, there is a video available for you to watch, a horror movie review of Bill Goldberg, Santa's Sleigh, 2005. And if you're following me on Rumble, my Christmas gift to the Rumble guys is the same movie review. So there's some Christmas Yuletide spirit for you. I've got another video coming out pretty soon about some of the DVD purchases I bought this year and everything like that, and just a quick little vlog of why I think it's important to own physical media now more so than ever in current year 2025, going on current year 2026, and that will come out later on. But yeah, just wanted to let you know, thanks for following me on Patreon and Rumble, and if I don't see you, keep painting, keep playing, and stay metal, my friends, and we'll see you in the next one.
Even you, puppy dog. Hey, you need to grow a sack!